Okay, we were ready to go, but they weren't because they didn't have a clock set. So they're going to get a clock, and actually, Milen was saying, well, I don't need a clock, I play fast, and that's not how it works. You must have a clock, it adds to the game tremendously. And he doesn't know Herb Roman like we do in Chicago. You don't put a clock on Herb Roman, and this match might not end until next Tuesday. But you put a clock on Herb, and he plays very reasonably. As a matter of fact, I was shocked earlier when I came in the room 2 days ago, and Herb was playing in the speed gammon event. I mean, this is like a turtle in a race. I've never seen anything like it. Of course, he lost, and he did play speed gammon once before. I forget where. Oh yeah, it was in Istanbul, and he timed out. I think he timed out before the match started. To be honest with you, he didn't show up on time. But Herb is not known to be a fast player. But with the clock, everybody can play reasonably fast, and we need that. Otherwise, not just to keep a tournament moving, but just to make the game more interesting.
Right. And it also makes a lot of the mechanics so much smoother, right? That you play with one set of dice, you don't have to sit there shaking the dice when your opponent's thinking and stuff like that. So.
All right, settle an argument for me. I got two questions for you. Mochi and I totally disagree. Do you like legal moves or non-legal moves? What do you think is better?
Legal moves, I guess.
All right, so you're with Mochi, not with me. I see, I don't want to help you. If you make a mistake, I don't know why the heck I should help you. I don't help you in other games or sports. I want you to make a mistake.
No, it's a fair point. I just feel like many people naturally play legal moves anyway, and also it has some sort of gentleman's touch to it anyway. So I would go with that, but I don't have a strong opinion.
Oh, I never thought about being a gentleman. I guess that's my problem. My other question for you is, now that we're playing these rules where you're not playing legal moves, what happens if I'm 2 away and I redouble you and give you an illegal cube? Does it count or not?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Arda.
See, everybody says, I don't know. That needs to be cleared up. Now, in the United States, it's very clear a dead cube is a dead cube. It didn't count. Even if the other guy took it, it ends up you were only playing it 2.
Yeah.
You can't, or if you're Crawford, you can't give a cube. So a dead cube is a dead cube. But in these rules here, I don't know.
No.
It's something we should find out, though. Because it almost happened the other day. In one of the first matches I'm streaming, he's leading 2 away. He's got a 2 cube, and he's sitting there thinking and thinking and thinking without rolling. He's thinking about cubing. And I'm wondering, what happens if he doubles?
And what happens if the opponent passes the cube? Has he lost a match?
That's right. That's the other question. That's why we need to have this very clear. But now, thank goodness, we do have an international set of rules that's been agreed to. The United States has signed on, along with the World Backgammon Federation, thanks to a lot of good work by a lot of people involved. But Rich Munitz from the United States did the lion's share of the work for our side. And I'm so happy there's a single set of rules, even though there are several rules I don't like. One rule that's a very controversial rule that Mochi likes and I don't is between matches, between games, you can call timeout and get help and get coaching.
Really?
Yeah.
Coaching?
Yeah. Let's say it's 5 away, 5 away, 3 away. You can call a timeout and open up your phone and find out what your take points are and your gammon values.
Yeah.
Or you can get
that
coaching.
is again, doing that would go against the gentleman's behavior as I see it as well. But I mean, on the other hand. Some things I believe should be legal that are close to that. For example, let's say you played a game, some position came up, and you want to check on your phone what the best play was in that position. That should be legal in my opinion.
In the middle of a match?
On a break in the middle of a match. I feel like that because I don't see how that is relevant to the remainder of the match.
Oh, on a break.
I mean,
after the game is over.
Right.
After the game is over. Okay.
After the game is over,
yeah.
You made some play. You want to check. Was that right? I mean,
well, if you can get coaching, that's the same as getting coaching. It should be legal. You're right.
Right. So I mean,
under the new rules, that should be legal.
Yeah, but I mean, it's. But at least one good thing is you have a limited number of breaks anyway, right? So if you need your coaching, you can only get it once at least, or at most twice perhaps. But still, yeah.
Well, here's another factor. You just brought this up. I was told the other day that you no longer should be able to take a picture during the match because there is a program now where you can take the picture and it automatically goes into XG.
Yeah, this Snap Gammon or Gammon Snap or something like that.
I just heard of that. If that's the case, I can actually look at my phone, take a picture, have it in XG, and get an analysis.
Yep.
So I can understand why not taking pictures. However, if I take a picture and I'm showing you my phone while I'm doing it, you should have no objection.
Yeah, yeah, and I
Feel-
think Rory said in some tournament that you're allowed to do it as long as you don't have Gammon Snap installed on your phone, etc.
Well, then,
So, yeah.
that's a little nebulous as to whether you have it installed. We're going to start checking people's phones. It's starting to get tough.
You have it in some secret
it's
folder
highly-
that.
It's highly questionable that you're quoting Rory here too, by the way. But I'll let that go because Rory and I are good friends, and he does a really good job in the United States promoting his tournaments, as do many others. But I'm really excited about the New York tournament coming up in January. And are you going to come? You've been to that many
not this
times.
time. Not many times. I've been there once, but
Oh.
I really enjoyed it. I think it's
Great tournament.
Yeah, and I think it's one of the most attractive locations
Oh.
for players as well. It's,
Overlooking Manhattan, the Hyatt Regency is so gorgeous.
yeah.
It's a great tournament. Okay, here we go. Let's start with the action. They're going in the wrong direction, but I can live with this. Everybody has their own preferences.
Yours is the other.
I don't care.
Yeah. All right, Milen. Milen looks a little bit like Novak Djokovic.
Yes, he
actually.
does. He does.
So let's see if he's equally proficient as at his game.
Yeah, I should have asked him if he's vaccinated.
Yeah. That's a pretty solid roll. Close to a double already, I guess. Unless he enters both guys, he's gonna get doubled. Okay, maybe. No, I don't.
Could it be too good?
Yeah. I mean, it must be in the ballpark, but I think it was definitely a reasonable cube.
Yeah.
I would have guessed that it was not too good, but I don't know.
At 2away, I know that's too good. I put that in
Okay.
because the gammon value there, with an unturned cube is very high, but the gammon value here with an unturned cube is not that high.
No.
So that's the
it's
difference.
normal.
That's the difference. So what's the gammon value at 2away on cube? Is it 1.0? It's pretty close to it. Maybe 0.8? Oh, no, because you win Crawford. Probably
Yeah,
0.8.
shouldn't it be pretty? Let's see, gamma value. If you just win a single game, you're 68%, or yeah. So then it's must be close to the normal. No, let's see. The same goes for your opponent. Yeah. So yeah, it is.
I bet you it's 0.8 or point, something like that.
I think it's lower than. Okay, never
Okay.
mind. Never
Okay.
mind.
Okay, we'll go on.
Yeah. No, you're right. It must. Yeah, it must be high. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Anyway. Right. Okay.
You like making the 23 point there? I don't. Of
Well,
course,
I guess
it's
the problem.
alternative, yeah.
Right. I guess
Yeah.
that's the problem.
Yeah. Where else do you play a one?
He could have lifted, of course, 9 to 8 and split the checkers, the back
Yeah.
checkers or something. I guess that was the alternative.
Oh, it worked out very well. If you know you're going to roll doubles, putting your checkers together is great.
True.
Otherwise, I hated it because you just get stuck there too early.
Yeah, yeah. But sometimes you need to do that anyway, just because you have nothing else. So I don't know.
They call it any port in a storm.
Yeah. All right. Does he have to leave a shot still? I guess he does.
Yeah. And if he doesn't get hit, it's all over.
Yeah. But he does. Okay.
And it's not all over.
Yeah. But anyway, I agree with your high gamma value at 2away. Yeah, because it must be the difference of 32 versus 68%, and then it's 68 versus 100. So yeah, must be like 0.9 or something.
That's what I thought. So it would have been too good at two-way. And at that score, probably right to double, and couldn't have been a big mistake. Okay, Herb is making a very good attacking play here, which I like. I think he needs to. Take away half your opponent's roll.
We got a pretty even game all of a sudden. I guess Herb is up by a lot in the race still, isn't he?
Yeah, I like Herb's position better, but
Yeah.
not by enough to cube, of course. 4-1, huh?
It looks like he has to step up because he wants to come home with that straggler. Yeah, it leaves a couple shots, but he can't afford to wait on the 23 points. I cannot see that.
Good play.
Yeah, I think so.
I agree. Herb, if you can hear us, that's Thomas's play. That's the reason to make it. We don't have an extra feed, but we got the next best thing here. We got Thomas Tenlin.
The worst thing is it's not completely impossible that he can hear us. Well, all right, what's this? Yeah, is it something like that?
I actually don't like these lights. Let's see if it's better without. Oh, bright. Is that better?
Either was okay with
This
me.
is much
so-
better for me. Okay. Let me tell you what's about. We'll put it on. I can see the dice much better now. It's-
Okay, he's considering sending the cube. Yeah, that seems understandable. If he can escape the back checker or
Make the 5 point.
yeah,
I don't think.
but if he makes the 5 point,
Oh,
is that
I think
necessarily
this is
enough?
I think this is a very aggressive cube myself. I think it's an easy take. I use Woolsey's law here. I ask myself, would he take or pass? I would take. And then you start looking at market losers after that.
Yeah, but he certainly has a few actually big market losers with the numbers that run away and the opponent does nothing. And
Well, if he hits with a 7, if he makes a 5 point,
Exactly. Yeah, but if he makes the 5 point, is that necessarily a big market loser? I don't know.
how does he play a 6-5? Do you make the ace point or do you run? I think you run, huh?
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay.
It's definitely the DMP play.
And when in doubt, make the DMP play is what Stick always taught me.
Yeah.
I think he's the master at making DMP plays. He's played DMP for hours and hours and hours, and it really helped his game.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so Milen is thinking about passing, it seems. I think one
Good
clue
take, yeah.
one clue to taking should also be that even though his opponent has a lot of checkers in the zone, he's not getting gammon too often here.
Uh-huh.
And then it often looks like a take.
This play looks pretty simple to me. Coming out leaves a double shot plus the indirect. So I think this is right.
But anyway, it's a close game now. That was not a good roll.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it was a particularly good cube. But it's not like Herb to be that aggressive. He's usually on the other side of the street. I've only been playing with Herb about 40 years, and I'm not exaggerating. We've been playing Chouette together for about 40 years.
So
I
you're
think I
still
know his
learning
game.
about his style.
And he still surprises me every day. I'm still surprised at that cube.
All right.
He's happy he cubed now.
Yeah.
Got a commanding lead.
And I don't know the race, but the feeling is that Herb is up by a lot.
Yeah. I think people will be surprised to know how good Herb's PRs are. He is very, very underrated because he just hasn't won tournaments, but it's not unusual for him at all to play at 4 PR and sometimes less.
Okay, yeah.
For many years, he and I play all of our matches, even our tournament matches, we played on the computer, on XG. So I know his PRs, and he's a very strong player.
You played your tournament matches
Yes,
on the
even
computer.
we get the permission from the local tournament director, and we would not play on a board. We'd play on the tournament,
Okay.
on the computer,
Okay.
which is the way I prefer to play all my matches. It's automatically recorded. I don't have to pay Mete any money to transcribe it for me.
Yeah, but his prices are very affordable.
He's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. And his service is terrible. Sometimes it takes a whole day to get your match back.
All right, it's a shot, isn't it?
It is a shot, and he has to come in with the other one, too. No choice.
No.
This is a very big roll for the match. Actually, even at this early stage, this is a huge swing roll. What else are you going to do?
Yeah,
He's got 11 plus the 5 twos, 13 numbers that hit.
true.
And a 1-6 would be a monster joker. He missed.
Yep.
I'm not going to lie that I'm rooting.
Oh.
Uh-oh, another shot. There's only one way to play it, to leave a single shot. That's it. Hold your breath.
13 numbers again, I guess.
Hold your breath. Cock.
Oh, in the U.S.
Yeah, in the U.S. that plays. I don't think anymore, though.
Oh, all right.
Oh.
He knew how to
Now that we're going to
deliberate.
international rules, it's up to the tournament director. You got to feel for Herb on this one. That was a very bad sequence to have to leave shots twice.
And is he still, yeah, okay, that's more of a technicality, whether he's too good there. Not many gammons to be won anyway, so.
I never would have even thought about the too good possibility with the one checker there.
No, and maybe it wasn't either.
Yeah. But it certainly wasn't a take. All right. That's a bad turn of events for Herb. He gave it a very aggressive cube. It worked out beautifully until it didn't. That's backgammon. The cruelest game. If it wasn't cruel, Thomas Tenlin wouldn't be sitting next to me right now watching instead of playing. He's one of the best players in the world, and here you are, next to me. I'm so pleased to have you. I'm sure you're not
Thanks.
happy to be here.
I'm equally happy to keep you company.
Okay. We go back a long way, maybe 10, 12 years or more.
Yeah. You taught me most of my bad tendencies, you know?
Thomas took lessons from me, and he spent years trying to forget them. You're one of my best ever students. I've got a few others that are very proud of also. Most of them don't say it the way you do. I love that. So Swedes do have a sense of humor.
I doubt it. All right. Okay, not. Okay, yeah, there's either you hit or you do this, I guess. Yeah.
I'm a hitter because you have them outboarded. I like hitting when I have 2 interboard points to 1. I think
Good point. All right. Oh, yeah, he can't go there.
you make the
It was
2 pointer.
it was actually 2 pips illegal, not only 1.
Could have let it go.
Yeah,
He didn't have
but
to
then
say-
Herb would have had the deuce point.
That's right.
Or, yeah. All right, let's see.
And then Mete would have had a transcription problem with an illegal move, but he gets that all the time.
Yeah.
He knows how to handle it.
Yeah, right.
Okay, we got some possible action soon here. Not with that. That's a very bad roll for Milen.
Yeah, I guess that's the best he can do.
It's all he can do. Just roll, Herb. Don't think. Hit and cover? Or come out.
It's either that or run, yeah. I mean, you can also step up 1 pip and cover. That's also a play, but I mean, the problem is, Milen has a good board, but I guess the problem with trying to step up and run is that Milen can run himself, and then he covers the outfield, and then you're not. It's not that easy for you to escape anyway. But
So you would have hit.
I don't know. I mean, there were arguments to be made for both plays. I think.
I would have hit.
Yeah.
I would have hit.
It looked. I mean, in general, with these double 5s-ish positions, it is very natural to hit. So, but he must be up by a lot in the race. So, and the opponent has a very strong 3-point board after all. So, there were arguments. Let's see if Milen can contain him with that huge stack. Okay.
It's a good roll.
Yeah, it's okay, but the problem is any 5 or 6 is just a single shot, so. Yeah, okay.
He has to hit him loose with a 2 or a 10. And this is no question. No other play. Herb would like to jump. His best game is the race. And he jumped all the way.
Yeah. Leaves the minimum number of
Yep.
shots.
This is the 3 for the game. Ooh, there's another way to win this game.
Yeah, maybe.
Can't be a double. Just a pure race now.
It's all skill from here, right?
All skill from here. And Herb is up in this race. But not enough to cube, I don't think. I'll count white.
All right. I always count the difference. But
Oh,
all
okay.
right.
Well, here, this is, I use colorless counting. Here, it's the same as counting the difference, so,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, you're right.
It looks like white is up marginally, right? Like five pips.
I
or
think it's
something.
more than 5. I think,
I don't know.
I would, Herb's a good counter, and he does a good job of counting.
And I think one point here is that white has his ace point made, so that's going to cost him some wastage in the race.
Uh-huh.
So his race is a little bit worse than the raw pip count would indicate.
Well, according to Trice and Keith, it's a 1 pip penalty for the 2 pip penalty for the extra checker on the ace point.
Yeah, I guess with Art Benjamin's new paper, I think it's 1 pip, but
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah, I think in his system it is 1 pip per checker on the ace point. So in this
It
case,
would still be 2 pips then.
right, but in this case the difference would only be 1 pip
I see.
since Milen has
Oh.
1. But yeah,
What does Art
no big
Benjamin
deal.
know about math, though?
Yeah, not a lot.
By the way, I've had 400 students or more. I've asked every single one of them to buy Art Benjamin's book, The Secrets of Mental Math. It is amazing. Just the first chapter will change how you multiply and divide numbers. It's really, really terrific. It's changed my life. The Secrets of Mental Math by Art Benjamin and somebody else. I forgot who else. It's one of his several very good books. Here, EPC is the answer. John O'Hagan taught me how to do this. And who was it the other day? I was doing commentary. Oh, Mochi. He said, I don't use EPC here. I use common sense.
Yeah.
I've never read about that in a book. I don't know. I don't know how to use that.
If your idea of common sense is precise enough, then it's equal to EPC. So yeah.
Mochi said, just use common sense. I said, that's what I've been missing all these years. Nobody ever told me that.
Right. So in this position, we still have this issue with the ace point checkers. Now there are 3 of them. So that is.
Still up enough in the race. Plus the score does have a little bit of an effect on that decision, doesn't it?
Yeah, you mean it 12 away? Yeah, I mean it is marginal, but yeah, if anything, I suppose that perhaps you should pass very, very marginally.
Maybe
more.
one more pip. Maybe it's worth a pip.
Is less than a pip.
Less
I
than a
think.
pip? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I would have tended to do more because of the score.
Yeah, yeah. In that sort of position, it's even less than that.
Ah.
But yeah,
I've seen positions at this score where it went from a no double to a pass. I guess that's because it's gammonish, though. It must be gammonish positions.
yeah. But no double to a pass at this score, that almost seems like it would have to be a redouble because an initial double, it shouldn't swing it that much.
Yeah, it was a redouble. It was a redouble. Absolutely.
All right, speaking of double, this is one, and it is correctly taken.
Very quick snap by both of them. That's the fastest decision I've ever seen Herb make in his life.
Yeah.
I think other than his divorce, I think that was, but that's another story.
Yeah, and Milen has one of these strong positions with both priming and blitzing potential, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful? Not for her, but for
Yeah.
Milen.
There goes the blitzing potential,
It does.
but it still is a great priming game. And racing game.
Yeah,
Oops.
and there goes Herb's priming potential.
And there goes the racing game too.
Yeah.
There's the race, okay. It was an aggressive cube, but clearly a take, in your opinion?
It was very clearly a double, and I would say, given that Milen is up 10, 12, yeah, then it was definitely a take, but it was not I mean, we've seen bigger passes than, I mean, bigger mistakes than a pass would have been, in my
Uh-huh.
opinion. I don't think it is. I would have guessed that it can be a little bit more than 100, maybe.
Okay.
But it looked very referencey, so that's why you can have a more precise opinion.
So Thomas, what Thomas is demonstrating by saying referencing is what I've always believed about top players. They don't sit there and do a lot of calculations. 90% of the positions, they've seen it 1,000 times, and they remember this is a take, or this is a pass. It's just a lot of memory from a lot of study, previous study. It's not just calculation over the board.
Right. That's part of it. I would also say that I think most strong players also just have a stronger understanding of the game that just solves many problems naturally. I mean, I think that is also one reason that less calculation is needed.
Oh, yeah.
But
When I have a student that absolutely cannot understand how this could possibly be a take, I say, well, you got to play it out 10, 15 times and see. And the expert has already done that. He's already played that game 10, 15, 100 times. So you can see how it plays out and why it's a take. But if you don't understand the position at all, you have to, if you don't have that experience, you've got to play it out. Looking at the XG numbers is not going to tell you much.
But it is a good start.
It's a start. It gives you the end result, but it doesn't tell you how you got there. It doesn't tell you why you're going to get gammon so much or why you're going to anchor as often as you do.
That's true, but you can use, for example, the dice distribution feature of XG, right?
That's
And then-
fantastic, fantastic.
And then you can have a deeper understanding. All right.
And by the way, that dice distribution feature in Extreme Gammon can be used so much more deeply than most people realize. There's several different settings of expanded, first rolls, and so on that can give you such great insights into every move.
Right. You can look at both. You can look at the full sequence, not only your own rolls. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it gives you the percentage of market losers and jokers and anti-jokers. It's really amazing.
Nice clearing roll, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't that good.
Why would he volunteer?
Nah, he shouldn't volunteer, of course, but he could have played for some sort of distribute. I mean, this is not the most beautiful checker distribution in his board, but problem is he would have had to clear the 9 point then anyway, perhaps leaving an indirect if he was a little unlucky. So, yeah. Okay, so this is still somewhat gammonish, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Herb's right to run there. You don't want to waste those 5 pips making the ace point because you're not going to get a shot this roll probably. In fact, I'm not sure what gives a shot this roll. So just get those pips moving.
Definitely.
Same here, just keep it going. You want to run off the gammon. And maybe you'll get lucky and get a shot, like right now. There it is.
Yep.
There it is. And that open ace point is not going to haunt him anyway if he hits the shot.
But this double sixes are a mixed blessing there because if he misses the shot,
he hits it.
He hits it. But had he missed, there would have been
Yeah.
very many gammons.
Oh, yeah. It's a big roll here. Very big roll.
Oh, great roll. Great roll.
Yep. It's a cube saver. Well, it wouldn't have been a cube anyway. He's got too many checkers off. 2, 4, 6, 8, 7 checkers off. Herb would have to close the board, get a few checkers off before he could even read the cube.
Yeah. But
That was big that he didn't get out there and had to break
Yeah.
the board. Things are starting to go Herb's way a little bit if he can just come in here and do something. Okay, 5 and 2.
5 comes
I
in, of
would make,
course.
do you make the point or do you bring in the blot? You split.
Well, it
Wow.
doesn't seem like the end of the world if you get hit, if he rolls a 5 anyway, does it? So I mean, either you split or you cover, I would say, and I would argue that you split.
Yeah, I would have split there too.
It's just because your coverage is actually not the best if he rolls any 6, or for that matter of 5, but then you had one guy more back.
Ooh, sigh of relief. Now, Herb, you got to hit him.
Yep, and you can't lift
No.
because you need to make the board. Like you said, he needs to take checkers off.
I have a formula for this. With 7 checkers off, you can, in a normal game, you can redouble when you have 4 fewer checkers off and he still has 1 on the bar. So you have to take 3 checkers off and he still has 1 on the bar, and then it would be a redouble and a take for money.
Yeah, yeah.
So you just have to memorize that formula. Just know it's called the rule of 4. That's assuming that you have, the other player has only checkers on the ace and the deuce. Pardon me. If the ace point is open, then it's the rule of 5. You can do it with 5 fewer checkers off.
And there's also, it's also of some significance how many checkers the player has off.
Oh, yeah.
Is it just 4 or is it like 12? That also makes some difference to the formula. But yeah,
This works when he has 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 checkers off.
yeah, okay, good.
More or less, it's more on reference positions then.
Yeah, that's a good and useful one. Here in this precise situation, actually, Milen will be able to take a little bit less than he would, at 0-0 or in a money game.
Because he's leading in the score.
He's leading
Yeah.
in the score, and it's a recube. And when it's a recube, it matters a little bit, even in these positions with no gammon threat.
So when Herb gets maybe 2 checkers off, it's probably a recube and maybe a take. With 3 checkers off, it's probably a recube and a pass, if he's still on the bar. This is a very good roll. I'm sure he played that right. He's going to open up anyway. He must get 3 checkers off, and he's not afraid of his opponent's board. Now, this is a real good question.
Yeah, how many did you say he had off? Was it 6?
He's got 3 off.
Yeah, but how
versus
many?
7.
3 versus 7. Yeah, yeah. I mean, with the gap on the 5
This
points.
is not a double for money.
Exactly.
Not a redouble for money.
There can be no question that it's a very easy take for Milen here.
Right.
And as you say, it should be a money no double.
Right.
Because it's also.
Ooh, he's being very aggressive. This is twice I've seen Herb give a very aggressive cubes, which is not his style.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's gone so far in this tournament. He's changed his style.
Yeah, but let's see. Milen is thinking about it, so perhaps he doesn't have access to the reference that you have, Phil.
Well, I'll go tell him. Give me a minute.
Yeah. Speak a
I'll be
little
right
louder.
back,
Maybe
yeah.
he'll.
Sure, he's right in the next room. You and I both know this is a big take.
We do.
Even at the score, because it's not a double. Sounds like Phil Simborg and Thomas Tenlin, if I'm not mistaken. That's correct, Alex. And welcome, Alex. You do have Phil Simborg and Thomas Tenlin. And Alex, we welcome your comments as well. Alex is doing a tremendous job on his YouTube channel, educating the public with a lot of good stuff, and his new book, too, on back games.
Yeah, got that one. So one thing here is that there's a gap, but the significance of that is also that usually in these sort of positions, the doubler can rip checkers off very easily on his upcoming roll. That is not really the case here because, well, he's hard pressed to roll some more or less perfect numbers.
Sure. Like, for example, if he rolls a 6-2, he's not taking off 2 checkers. If he rolls
Right.
a 5-2, he's not taking off 2 checkers. He's not taking off any checkers with a 5-2. So the gap really does hurt.
Yeah.
You take those 2 checkers on the 6 point and put them on the 5 point, and this is probably a double, and then the take becomes questionable. Oh, he got a pass.
Yeah.
And you know what? Giving the cube as quickly as he did, I think, is a smart thing to do.
Yeah, it can be, but I think a key factor here was Milen didn't know that reference that you had, And given that, it is not trivial to figure that out by yourself over the board. That
it's
is
impossible.
Yeah, that's very, very difficult
There's
stuff.
no way I could figure out over the board any of this stuff. It has to be using that formula and that reference that I give all my students, and all the backgammon Learning Center teachers have this formula that they teach their students.
Yeah, yeah.
So obviously, Milen didn't take lessons from one of us, and you did.
I did.
Okay.
Herb didn't either because he doubled anyway.
No, but Herb's played with me enough where we've talked about this dozens and dozens of times.
Yeah.
Herb and I have probably played each other, I don't know how many, at least 1,000 times. I'm not even exaggerating.
Ooh, interesting. Last 6 here. Or well, is there? Yeah, right. You have 1 up, 1 down. But
Ooh,
then,
I don't like this.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even see that as an alternative.
I didn't
to the
like
option.
that at all.
To be honest, I thought it was between making the,
You make the 7-point.
leaving the offensive double shot or the
Sure.
defensive single shot.
Sure, you make the 7-point and leave a shot on the 18. I think it's almost automatic there.
Yeah, it was not that obvious not to leave it on your own side, I would say, because the 18-point is extremely valuable.
Oh, thank you, Alex, for running that. It was a .034 take. So we were
But-
right about the take, but it wasn't that big a mistake to pass at that score.
But Alex, is your number for the doubling decision or for the take decision? All right, anyway.
I'm pretty sure that's his take decision number, that it was a take by .034.
Yeah,
big take
no,
by,
multi-
big take by 300.
Yeah, right. So it was.
Okay.
So it was the doubling decision was marginal.
Yeah.
That seems.
The take was
that-
huge, like we
that's-
said.
That seems reasonable because the take was not in question.
So it
Yeah.
was a blunder to pass. And again, I like the fact that Herb just shot that cube right out there. He's not playing a grandmaster. He knows this guy. He heard my interview with him. He knows this guy is playing in the championship division for the first time. He came up from the intermediate. So you do play some poker with these people. When you think you want your opponent to pass, you give the cube faster. I like that.
Yeah. Plus, also maybe he thought it was a double. I mean, it was a close decision. But anyway, this looks like something that should be doubled by Milen, doesn't it?
Yep.
All right.
He's gonna be sorry he didn't.
Yeah.
Can I get you a water?
All right, huge roll. And all of a sudden, obviously a no double. Yeah, do you make the very important 9-point or do you avoid the shots against the perfect board? Not that obvious. You could perhaps still double this. I mean, because it looks like Milen.
Go ahead. That's fine. So you think he missed a couple of cubes there?
Yeah, you definitely did, but no problem. He can still double.
Well, no problem unless Herb rolls a 6 and gets out of there and escapes right now. That's the danger of not doubling when you should. I just keep him going.
Yeah, the 9-point is a good place to stay as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he has an open 3-point, and he wants to be able to play some numbers safely if he can't roll a 6. So, yeah, it's not a terrible roll if you don't come out. Okay, 6-2 is a terrible roll.
What do? I bring 2 down.
At least you definitely bring 1 down. Let's see. If you bring 2 down, problem is when he hits, he is also out, right?
Ah.
If you bring 2 down when he misses, that must be stronger. So
But I was doing this because I want to make my bar point. So you're bringing up another, so you would not have made this play?
I don't know, but I mean, it's both, no, but I mean, both of them
Yeah.
are worth considering.
All right, but which one are you going to make though?
Yeah, but I would spontaneously, I would say 2 down, just because, as you say, most of the time he misses, and when he misses, it is much better.
Yeah,
So that
now-
would be spontaneously my play.
Right, now you could cube him out, and if you made the other play, you couldn't. That's another big reason, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, could not have been that far away from it anyway, perhaps.
Really? Oh.
But it's also, it leaves 1 shot less. I mean, the one left 12 shots and one left 11 shots.
Uh-huh.
All of these things matter.
Yeah,
But if he hits with an ace, if I remember correctly, he would have had to break his midpoint. So much less expensive hit. So yeah, I don't know.
Much more complex than I thought the position was.
Yeah, there were some things to consider for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. See, that's the problem with you. You know too much. A player like me only sees one good play. You see 2 good plays.
Yeah, and I find the worst one and hit the clock. All right, here, this is a special position because 13 to 8 is actually best here. I know this because I studied it for my third roll.
Because of the stack on the other side? He doesn't have that much flexibility.
Well, it's also, yeah, there are several factors in this, but one is that playing 13 to 8 is strong when your 8-point is stripped. One is that you have 6-5 blocked anyway, so you don't have to be afraid of that. And yeah, there are several reasons.
Oh, that's really good to know. Oh, that's really very useful. I might have hit twice there. I might have made the mistake. I think I would have made
Yeah.
that mistake.
It is a mistake, but I think it's a mistake that vast majority of players would have made.
Yeah, put me in the majority there. I would have hit twice. Well, there's a saying, you don't know what you don't know. Now I know one thing I don't know that I got to work
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, but now you know it, so you don't have to work on it.
No,
anymore.
I don't know yet. I'm not sure exactly which positions it's right and when it's wrong. I'm going to have to explore that a little bit more.
Yeah.
As it comes up enough to be very important. It's a second roll, third roll position.
Right. So yeah, even though he's outboarded, he has to hit here, duplicating 5s, and he doesn't have much else.
I must tell you, I really love Herb's aggressive cube action so far in this game. Even though it's matched, even though it hasn't always worked, I like that he's being very aggressive. He had 2 cubes I wouldn't have given, and one of them he got a pass.
Yep.
Well, the one he got a pass, I would have given. Yeah, that was a take. That was a give. But it's very aggressive cubing. I like that. My good friend Carter won this tournament. We could have another guy from Chicago. If Herb continues, be a record to have 2 people from one city winning this tournament. I wonder if that's been done.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's been done. If this is the 10th year, I don't think there's been 2 winners from one city yet.
No, I doubt it.
I doubt it. There hasn't been-
Statistically, it seems
Yeah, it seems
unlikely.
And there's nobody that's won this one twice that I know of, so.
Not yet.
I don't know too many of the previous winners that are still alive, to think about it. Last year's winner's still alive, because I'm pretty sure I think he won his first 2 matches, so he's still alive there.
You're talking about Kjell
Yes.
Oh, he's out.
Oh, he's out?
Yeah.
Oh, he won his first match, and, oh, he's
I
out?
think he lost in the second round of
really?
the fighters bracket.
He was the first round one that we streamed because he's the previous winner.
Yeah, yeah,
Interesting guy. He's a math and physics professor.
yeah. He's from Gothenburg.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of Gothenburg?
No, I'm kidding. I know.
Okay.
I know you have a tournament.
Well, you're American. I mean, it would have been possible.
No, you have a tournament there every year, don't you?
Not every year, but some years there has been the Gothenburg Open, yeah, and the Swedish Open has been held there once or twice as well. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Is Jesper Karlsson who is running it?
Yeah.
He's the tournament director of Texas as well.
He's a good friend of mine. I love the guy.
Or is he the tournament director, by the way? Maybe that is Bill.
Bill,
But anyway,
yeah, he helps
is
Bill.
in the stuff. Yep.
yeah. Bill Riles and Tara Mendocino are the directors.
Right, right.
But he
My
comes
mistake.
and helps them every year. It's quite a good tournament too down in San Antonio, and a really interesting place to be. I've made that many times. I was a finalist there one year, almost got there.
Yeah. All right. Double sixes.
This is not
You-
bad.
Coming out wouldn't have been bad, but the problem is then he's missing 1-6, right?
Do you hit here?
It makes sense.
Yeah.
He gains momentum to do something with his back checker,
Yeah.
and he has no priming game anyway. I mean, it's also, does he have another play? Has he already made the 4
Yeah.
point? He has, right? So
Yeah.
he can make 2
He
points
could
if
have
he
made the
wants.
3-point. I was
Yeah.
tempted to make the 3-point. I wasn't sure.
I think his play makes sense, actually.
Okay.
Because in this situation, that's 25% of the time, it's easier to escape. So,
This play is forced. I would go to the ace.
yeah, I don't know if it's forced. I mean, you could
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
6-1 isn't pretty, but
Well, it was forceful.
yeah.
Okay, this is a very big roll for Herb. He needs a 6 something.
5-4.
Oh, not what he wanted, really.
No. Can he
Did-
perhaps step up and play to the ace? Because after playing 6-1, isn't it better to step up than to remain on the ace point? It's just because the one thing he's going to want to do next time is run, and if he's not going to do it by stepping up, then he only has sixes. So I mean, I don't know. It was a bad roll anyway. So
But he should have taken more time.
yeah, perhaps.
Absolutely
but-
should have thought about it more. I thought stepping up was right also.
But of course, also very dangerous to step up unless you have a 5-point board like he does now.
It's still dangerous, and he's still going to get hit if he can.
Yeah, but maybe pick and pass. Okay, now it won't be a pick and pass, but
He should hit, shouldn't he?
yeah, I guess.
I would
because
hit it.
it's just because if he misses, you've won. So, or well, if he fans,
Oh,
you've
look
won.
at this. Look at this. And the hit would have won the game. It would have been over.
Yeah, well,
That's hindsight, but
Yeah,
still,
yeah.
you and I both would have hit there.
yeah. Spontaneously, I thought you should.
Why
because,
isn't this a double?
Yeah, maybe he thinks it's too good.
Oh,
and,
no.
And it is too good now for sure.
I didn't think it was too good before, but he didn't think very long about it.
Yeah, but I think I didn't have to admit I didn't look too closely. But now it is definitely way too good. So
Now nothing could go wrong. Go wrong. Go wrong. It's still too good. Probably.
yeah,
Because
I
you only
mean-
leave a shot with 6-1 and 5-1,
yeah,
and then you have to get hit. So the odds of leaving
Yeah.
a shot and getting hit are too small to
and
worry about.
losing. I mean,
And
you
then
have to get
lose.
hit and lose.
And lose. But here I clear the 6-point. I guarantee my
yeah,
win.
yeah, probably because
Guarantee the win, and maybe you'll get lucky and win a gammon. Is the
And-
end
and
is
it's
the
also-
end of a gammon that worth that much?
and it's also in these positions. I mean, one thing is, yeah, you take two checkers off, but when you don't take checkers off here, you create more or less a no miss position. So you're going to take two checkers off every time for the rest of the game. Whereas if you take two off here, it's likely you're going to miss at some point anyway. So the difference is smaller than it may appear, I think, as well.
I see. So you agree with me, you would have cleared the 6.
Yeah, probably. But in these positions where the gammon is close and it's not many shots, then I mean it is not unreasonable to take off either. But also usually when you're too good and playing on, you don't want to take too big risks. That is usually the case, because
Yeah. Yeah, my point of clearing the 6 is you might still win the gammon and you can't lose for sure. And I didn't think the gammon's worth that much at this score, winning winning 2 points instead of one is not that big because of the odd-even effect of the score.
Okay, yeah, yeah. But they're pretty far from 13 still, so the odd-even effect is small this far away, I would say.
Okay.
But
I overemphasize it then, I guess.
no, but you are right. I mean, technically it is correct, but
So once in my life I'm right, but it's only technically right?
yeah,
Thanks,
well,
Thomas. Nobody's ever just said, Phil, you're right.
and yeah, I also have to say I don't know if it mattered to the risk taking there that you are too good because he's not going to use the cube anyway. So
Yeah.
I take that back as well. It's a pretty stupid argument.
Okay. Herb takes the lead in the match, 5-4. Oh, Herbie, I have to admit I'm prejudiced. He's my dear friend for so many years. This guy's got a heart of gold. He's one of the sweetest guys I know, but he's got one other trait that I think most people will find pretty amazing. I think he is the largest, biggest eater in the world of backgammon. Even falafel, I don't think could have compared to what Herb can put away in a single meal. When we go out to dinner, we always get 2 checks, one for everybody and one for Herb.
So that's why he comes to this all-you-can-eat
Oh, he
hotel.
loves it. He loves the all-you-can-eat buffet, and he eats 2 meals. In a restaurant, he eats two main courses. But I have to give him credit, though. He works out 3 days a week at the East Bank Club in Chicago. He works out really hard. He's a very strict regimen, and he keeps his weight down. He stays in shape. And he eats pretty much healthy most of the time.
Yeah.
But he eats like a pig. The only other player I know that can compare with him is Matt Cohn-Geyer for putting it away. I would bet who could eat more, who could eat their weight.
Yeah.
Of course, Matt Cohn-Geyer won $1 million on that weight bet with falafel.
Was it $1 million?
It was $1 million, and they collected. It was $1 million. I can show you an article written by Bob Coca that he made for his math class, showing exactly what they had to lose per day and how much that was worth per pound. He and Falafel had to cross weights. They lived together in Las Vegas. I think it was 130 pounds versus 370, and they had to cross weights. They did it in 11 months for $1 million. Classic story. And the guy who made the bet is right here in town. I'm not going to talk about that right now, but why should I rub it in? Maybe he'll bet me I could lose some weight for $1 million.
Yeah, that sounds like a winning bet.
Yeah, I think that would get me to lose weight. It got Falafel to lose a lot of weight, but he put it right back on.
All right.
6-5 is not what you're hoping for. Pretty obvious play, though. I think
Yeah.
you don't want to leave the double shot by hitting. And
Yeah,
Not
he
getting hit
stays
as
back,
big.
of course. Could have made the ace, but it seems right to try for the 4-point later instead. And should he play completely? No, it's clear he should cover, of course.
cover and come down.
Yeah, yeah.
Cover and come down. I don't think you hit here.
No, you can't do it. Even though this play too leaves a few shots, it's not as many, and not getting hit is basically everything.
Up in the race. It's all about game plan theory.
Yeah,
Now,
but is he
yes,
that much up in the race?
I think he is. I think that's still his game plan. I think he's up. Well, he's counting it. Let's let him count it.
Yeah.
Why should we do the work?
But in any case, I agree it was probably right not to hit. So even whether he's up or down.
The blot in Milen's inner board would be tempting to hit, but
Yeah, but it will very often be covered once you
Yeah.
get hit anyway. So, yeah.
oh, I don't know if I like this play. Wouldn't you make the outside point and
Yeah, making the point seems natural, especially since he isn't up by a lot in the
yeah,
race.
it
in my
serves as a
assessment.
landing place and a blocker. I don't like this play, Herbie. Put it back. Make the point and go down to the deuce. That's it.
Of course, going to the deuce is very ugly, but it seems to be the right.
He's scared me.
It would spontaneously looks good.
This is good for the race, double fours. Slot
Yeah.
2 points, or do you bring it down?
I think bringing it down seemed natural because you have to do it very soon anyway.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Instead of burying checkers.
and we
Okay.
can see now how important the 10 point is.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure. Very important block and landing place. 6-3. Ooh,
play
not pleasant.
safely.
He's gotta break the 8 point.
Yeah.
What else can you do?
Yeah, against that board, it's not even a decision as I see it.
Wow, that's a second set.
Yeah, is it enough to just run?
Looks very close to your alternative, trying to wait and get a shot. I like this play. It looks very close.
Yeah, I mean, the race is the deciding factor to a great extent. I don't know what the race is.
Well, you can see visually how close it is, and you can see that Milen has a little better distribution in the inner board. So I like the race. I think it was,
I think it was actually quite close, but I'm
Uh-huh.
not sure. But you're right, Herb is wasting a bit due to the deuce point. Alex says white is up 18. Was that before double fours then, or after? Sounds too much if it was
no,
after.
couldn't be after.
Yeah.
Yeah, couldn't be after. It's still too close right now. Oh, look at this.
Okay, he's doubling.
Yeah, white wasn't up 18 after, for him to be having a cube now. Okay, so what's the race now? This looks like it's, Herb's leading by a point. That doesn't really matter here.
Is he down by 4 pips? That was my quick count, but I don't.
If that's the case, it was a terrible cube.
Yeah, I could be wrong. I just counted very quickly.
It didn't look like a cube to me. Didn't count either.
Yeah, well, it's completely
all about
race
the count,
dependent.
yeah.
So I mean,
It's all about the count.
Yeah.
Right. I like that play. Instead of stacking on the 6.
yeah, but I think he should have unstacked the deuce point if we're gonna be technical.
I see, yeah. Uh-oh, it cost him.
Well, he still has a guy on the outside.
I bring it in. I would not bring it in if it meant putting a checker on an open 4 or 5 point. Otherwise, you're supposed to bring it in, I'm pretty sure. Oops. This is gin, almost. So we're seeing pretty aggressive cube action by both players, which I like.
Yeah, it's easy to be aggressive with the cube when you roll boxes 2 times in a row.
We saw last night when Mochi and I were looking at Kenji's game, Kenji rolled in a race 2 double sixes and lost the race.
Yeah. All right.
Give up,
That's
Herb.
it.
Give up. Save time on your clock.
Didn't he have a chance with 2-1, 2-1?
No.
I don't know.
No.
Okay. No, maybe not.
No, it was Jin. I promise you, if Herb gave up, it was Jin. He's never given up a game.
I thought there was 2-1, 2-1.
No, Herb is famous for playing out games that look like they're still impossible,
Yeah.
and he turns out to be right half the time. He doesn't give up unless it's Jin. It was Jin. Okay, 7 away, 8 away. Pretty much a normal match now. getting into territory where I know the take points and I know the gammon values, and it's not so mysterious to me anymore. I used to be very much against long matches, but I'm finding out that these longer matches, like 13, I would have argued for 3 out of 5 5-point matches because of the excitement in the Crawford and all that. But you don't get that 4 cube and that 8 cube that come up occasionally are so exciting.
That's true.
And knowing the take points and gammon values when those things come up, it just makes it very different. So I'm starting to see the value of longer matches, that they can still be fun. Oh, great roll. Make the point. And now what? Split or down? I would have come down.
Yeah.
I would be playing offensively there. And I would have been hit. Or hit either way, but I would have been hit in the outfield.
But is this still a double? I would have.
Didn't even stop to think about it.
I would have.
It was worth thought.
It was definitely worth thought. Yeah, okay. Double threes now. He's at least very happy that he didn't ship it.
Oh, if he'd have shipped it, he might have gotten a pass. It certainly
Oh.
was a mistake not to think about it. But he's not that experienced a player, and I'm not going to make excuses for him, because I think he's playing very well, by the way.
Yeah, okay, double fours.
Well, I'm making the 18 point and then thinking
Yeah,
18 and then go to the 5 point, I guess.
making the ace
That's it.
is also a play, but it feels like,
This looks very natural to me.
yeah.
So is this?
That's very natural.
Yeah.
I think 90% of the players in the tournament would have made that play.
Double
Okay.
2 is a good roll.
It's an extremely good roll.
I hit 2.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If he doesn't perform here, it's over. Unless it's too good. I don't think it's going to be too good. Now it may not be over. Wow,
Yeah,
I'm doubling. I would have doubled. He didn't even stop to think about it. Oh, Herbie, that might have been a cube. Stop and think about it. What's the harm?
Uh-huh. Now I bet he is.
I think he missed the cube last time. And Herbie's been so aggressive with the cube so far this match, to roll that quickly, it surprises me. I'm going to go slap him for playing too fast. Herb Roman played too fast? How could that possibly be? Totally out of his nature.
Yeah.
I think he, oops. I'm tempted to do the double tiger, but I guess not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on now. Is it too good? That's the only question. It's a huge pass. Is it too good?
Seems like it is.
You think it is? Okay. He's doubling now. Big, big pass. I think he waited way too long on that one. 7 away, 7 away.
Yeah. So we're down to a 7-point match like you like him, Phil.
I like 5-point matches.
Yeah, okay, fine. Let's see if
Yeah.
we get there as
By
well.
the way, I like 5-point matches, but I like to change one rule in backgammon. At 2 away, I want to play Crawford for the rest of the match.
Yeah.
I think it's
yeah.
a much better game.
Yeah, then you need to know that 0.9 gammon value if that is correct.
That's right.
Yeah.
It changes the game. You have a lot more intrigue. People aren't going to do it because it lengthens the time of the matches. But so play a 7-point match instead of a 9 and have that rule. I love that rule. I think I've been using it and it's really fun. Otherwise, a 2 away, somebody just turns the cube real fast and it's the MP. Game's over. So you might have 2 or 3 more games that way, and the gammons, and you're playing gammon go, gammon save. It's really fun.
That's true. But it saves time for the organizer. The current rule. I mean.
Yeah, but time isn't an issue. Here, we got plenty of time between matches here.
Yeah.
It is an issue in your weekend tournaments where you got to try and get everything done on Saturday and Sunday. But in tournaments like this, in Monte Carlo, look, we didn't start playing until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You got the whole morning to, we played tennis and went swimming. I had a great morning, leisurely time. So if the matches were another half hour longer, so what?
Fair point. Yeah.
This is not easy.
No, but he needs to come out sooner or later. So, I mean, it doesn't look tempting to step up to the 20 point, but I mean, on the other hand, what's the alternative? Just getting primed. He has his opponent outboarded by a lot. I think it's fine.
Yeah, and if Herb makes the 20 point anyway, he's in trouble being back there, so.
Yeah, excellent
Doesn't
point.
come up. Either way, it hurts, so I don't like this.
Oh, I mean, it's a bit safer for not getting G'd or blitzed, but it seems perhaps a little over the top if his. Yeah. Okay. Let's.
Cocked twice. 6-1, he's gonna hit. No, he's
See?
not gonna hit.
Yeah.
I would have hit. I guess
I-
you're outboarded, maybe you shouldn't.
I think he's right not to hit. I
Okay.
have to say.
I guess I'm a little hit happy.
It was a very big play there to hit. I mean, left a lot of shots when outboarded.
That's a nice way to say stupid.
I don't know. It's usually natural to hit on the 5, but
Instead of saying I had a stupid idea, you said it's a big idea. That's very tactful. You're being way too kind. Tell me when I'm stupid. I like to know that. I got a great say, don't try to play stupid with me. You can't win that game.
I have too much experience.
Right? I'm way too good at that game.
Yeah.
Another cocked days. Okay. That's why I like the Simborg baffle box. Go to www.backgammonlearningcenter.com and buy the best baffle box ever made. And there's other baffle boxes out there that are very good too, but they're just not as good.
Someone has to be second best. Yeah.
That's right. I serve to have other people so they can be second best. This is my 13th baffle box. It doesn't break when you drop it on the floor. It comes apart and fits in your board. It's beautiful to look at. And in the meantime, they're still playing backgammon there? Why are they interrupting me?
I mean, Herb is probably thinking that if he can escape, he'll have a pass.
Escape or hit?
Right.
I like this cube. I like this cube a lot because I'm not sure about the take. I think I take.
It must be an easy take. I mean,
Okay.
even if he has to settle for a deuce point game, he has some wins from there. So, but I mean, this is just a
Ooh.
pretty common variation, and this is
Yeah.
not beautiful
It
for.
was an
Herb.
easy take.
Yeah.
It was an easy, but I like the cube anyway. He might have gotten a pass. He saw him pass the take before,
That's true.
and that should enter your mind. You're playing a guy you know has dropped a cube that was a big take, and Herb knew that. Herb's a
Yeah.
lot smarter than he looks.
Huh? Good play.
He needs a 2 badly. He needs a 2, not a cocked 2. That's a bird, a cockatoo. Not a double 1-2. And keep going. Go to the 3 point, from the 5 to the 3. Okay, that same thing. That's it. This is prime versus primes. These checker plays are very tough. In the last match, I saw Jordan Granstead and Mick Larson in prime versus prime. They made 4 plays in a row that I disagreed with. And they're both grandmasters. I'm sure they were right. So I got to really study. I'm going to study that game so much.
Yeah,
I would have left intentional shots to get hit, and they didn't.
I see. Yeah, it's often right to leave shots playing purely. Milen couldn't do that. He didn't roll the number to be able to play purely, I think. So I think he had to do something like what he did. But no
Yeah.
problem. And now he's going to double Herb out, I suppose.
He might be too good. Why? I would wait. For one roll at least, I would see what happens. I mean, what's a market gainer here? What,
Double force.
all right, so there's, you can come up with one maybe roll?
Yeah, yeah,
You have to play on there.
Well, yeah, you have a good point.
You
I
have
mean,
to play on there.
say he rolled 5-4, was that enough? No, he could have come out with it, right? Yeah. Anyway, you can also say there weren't too many gammons out there with only one guy back anyway, so, right?
You could say that, I wouldn't. I would have rolled.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, what's going on here?
That's a little too
This
passive.
is a monster blunder.
But he
Oh
faced,
my
he
God.
faced the exact same decision earlier in the match, and then he hit.
Yeah.
So maybe he made an adjustment there due to the score.
It doesn't
incorrect
matter.
one,
It's
but
just
I
a
know.
horrible adjustment.
Well,
That's
yeah,
a-
but
That's a .135 error. And by the way, 32.5% of all numbers are made up.
yeah, I can imagine, especially by you.
Right.
So, yeah, it's wrong. But I mean, again, sort of like this cube decision before, if you don't have the reference position, it's not easy to answer how much more passively should I play when ahead, etc. I mean, you need some sort of experience to
Yeah.
base that decision upon.
But we're
right?
talking about a second roll position. In the
Sure.
championship division,
Yeah, of
nobody
course.
should get a second
Yeah,
roll
yeah.
division position wrong.
No, but it's not the first
No.
person that does that in the tournament. Let me put it this way.
I'm sure you're right.
All right, that's a boring game for us. I hope his race is so good that he can double him out.
Yeah, you're rooting for her because you want the mistake to be punished.
No, I just want the
feel that
game
way.
to end.
Because it's a boring
Yeah,
game. Okay. You're being so selfish here. It's not all about you, Thomas.
No.
It's all about me.
Very far from it.
It's all about me.
Yeah, you're right. It's about you. All right, that's probably. I don't know what the race was, but if it wasn't a double, I guess it was relatively close, and now he rolled double
Well,
threes.
then the fact that he's down in the match, it makes it easier to double too by a little bit.
It does, marginally so, very, very marginally at this score. But yeah,
Now it's time to count. Time to count.
yes, yeah,
Oh,
but
Herbie.
he probably counted the race on his last roll.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
and keeps a running count from there.
Yeah,
That's the trick. You
that's
find out,
possible.
you see you're up 6, and then you roll a 5, you know you're up 11, then he rolls a 10, you know you're up 1. That's the way to keep count.
Yeah, it's a smart way to do it. But now he stops to count.
Herbie, big roll, 11, it's a big roll. 3 over the average, a small roll here, and we'll see a cube. That's as small as it gets, just about. All right, come on, Herb, give that cube. You've been aggressive this whole match. Give the cube. But if you're sure it's a double and you think it's a take, then don't cube too fast. He gave a real fast cube once before where it was a huge take and he got a pass. I like that little bit of poker there.
But isn't it a pass? I don't know what this race is, but it looks like he is ahead by a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a pass. And so he's right to take a long time and belabor it. We should know if it's a pass or not by counting, but.
Is it 17? That was
Yeah,
my.
It looks like something in that range. Looks like a clear pass, especially when you're ahead in the score, you're going to pass a little faster. Okay. 8-7. 6 away, 5 away. And it looks like are they taking a break? Yeah. I'm going to put a sign up that says they're on break.
It's classic Novak Djokovic move before the match is settled for the final set. He
Well-
takes a break in the locker room.
I'm going to put this break sign on. Upside down or right side up?
Wrong.
50-50. Okay, we're back in business. Got a very close match here. 5 away, 6 away. With Milen having a slight edge over Herbie. I want to remind you all that we'll have a dinner break and then our next match is at 9 o'clock. It's now 5:30 here in Cyprus. So I think that's about 3.5 hours from now. Give me plenty of time to eat a lot of food. And the food here is amazing. I saw a lady obviously walking through with her husband, and she was saying, I don't see anything here I like. And I felt so sorry for her husband to walk through that buffet and have your wife complain that she can't find anything to eat. Oh my. We were guessing, I think there were like 2,000 different food items. The over-under was 2,000. It's like going to have dim sum and not liking anything. Which I did a couple of weeks ago in Chinatown with David Wells and his family and Lynn Ehrlich. We had a ball. Dim sum was the best. I love New York. I'm going to the tournament in New York again. I want to remind you all, early January, biggest tournament in the U.S. I might even go myself. 2.
Seems like a good idea.
I think he heard me.
Yeah, he must have. He wouldn't have found it otherwise.
No way he would have found it. Uh-oh, shouldn't have hit 2. Come in and hit 1 though, with an ace or a 4. Not with a 5, 6.
Oh, you can hit 1, yeah.
Okay. What else you gonna do? Take away half the roll. Somebody on the stream is rooting for Milen. Okay, that evens it out because I'm rooting for Herb. I can't hide the fact that he's my buddy from Chicago.
One of the few.
Yeah, one of the few buddies. And by the way, this Milen seems like a really nice guy. When I interviewed him, I was impressed. Seemed like a classy guy.
Yeah, so does he come out or does he unstack the midpoint? I guess is the decision there.
I wasn't sure.
It looked tempting to just step out to the 20 point and play 13 to 8 just for distribution. But coming out and facing a strip point is a good idea as well. So yeah, he can make a point or he can hit.
I really don't know. You make the 16 point? Could have also made the 18 point. Lots of things they do here. Double twos gives so much variety in what you can do. It's really one of the most fun rolls.
Okay, so step up and unstack the midpoint looks attractive, doesn't it? Good joke there by Edward Oni.
Oh, he's a great guy. Are you the same Edward that bought some backgammon boards from me, Edward? I think you are my old buddy that buys my backgammon boards. I got a P40 for sale, slightly used. And an ear-hand Turkish board for sale, unused. Contact me later. We'll do some business.
Hey, really bad roll actually.
Yeah,
Do you just swing the guy around or is there something else?
I don't see anything else. Keep it going. What else is there? This is just too ugly to think about anything else. You can come down and move 1, leave a single shot and stack the 8 point. That might have been right. This is close. Hit and continue. And a dance here. No dance. Ooh, he come in and hit, but I think hitting's way too rich here.
Is it?
You don't think so?
I mean, he only has a 2-point board after all. He can remake the point. I don't know. He has 4 guys back, but I guess one disadvantage of hitting is he still doesn't take the lead in the race. That is usually an argument for not doing it, but
I would not have hit there. So
no, it looks I agree, it looked dangerous, but there were arguments for doing it as well.
I can't stand when I come up with a good argument and somebody uses logic to defeat it.
I think I think it's a good chance you're right.
Okay.
But anyway. All right, he hits and comes down, I suppose.
I don't see an alternative.
But this must be getting close to a double unless Milen can deliver here of some way.
There's a lot of rolls that would deliver like this. No,
Yeah.
he comes in and hits.
Yeah.
He doesn't see the hit. He's got a hit.
Yep.
He sees it. Okay, he sees it. Can't fault the guy for looking around. I don't think this is a double, Herbie. I think it's a hit, though.
It is a hit, but where?
Well, now you're asking me to be specific. I like that play. And that's a big shot, very, very big shot for Milen. That's a cube saver and maybe a game winner. Game is swinging back and forth.
Yep. We're just waiting for the phase where they both
Yeah, where
stay on
somebody
their
dances.
anchors and hope for doubles.
Yep. Somebody dances and that's it. Here's the dance. Still not quite a double though. Got too many checkers back. You got 4 checkers back to bring around.
Well, yeah, and he has the 20 points, so that's some sort of security until your board gets better.
Which is right now, if he dances, it still may be a take. I don't know. Can't be a double then. Even a dance there might not have been a double. But Herb, this match has been very aggressive with the cube. He knows it.
Yeah.
Well, the 5's not pretty, but that's my play. Now it's
Interesting.
double pass if he dances. That's not quite a
doesn't
dance.
dance.
Not quite a dance. Coming in, making a point and hitting 2. He's gonna hit again.
He is going to hit again, yes. Okay, he hits that one.
I'm not sure that's the one to hit. I'm really not sure.
Now, I think in this particular position, the 20 point is better than the 18 point, but he could hit the other one next, and he wins against a lot in the race.
I
Yeah.
think he hit him out of order myself, but we'll see.
Oh, you mean he should have hit on the 9 point
Yes.
instead? Yeah, maybe. And even if he did hit on the 18, maybe it was not completely obvious to make the 18.
Right,
But anyway,
right.
right, now all of a sudden, Milen has a strong position because Herb's checkers on the 23 point are very poorly placed. Good roll. Must be if he can't escape one of those guys immediately, okay, he sort of can. Yeah.
The 2-5 back game is very hard to cube. If it's got any kind of timing at all, it's almost always a take.
Yeah. With this sort of board that Herb has, Milen cannot play too loosely. That looked natural for. Yeah.
Well, that's all you can do.
Was that guy on the midpoint or on the 14 point?
Yeah, he was on the midpoint.
Okay.
He was on the midpoint.
Yeah, that's a lot worse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If he was on the 14, he wouldn't be leaving a shot now. What else can you do? Bring him down. That's it.
He could have made the deuce point. Okay, he makes the. Oh yeah, he hits, of course. Didn't see that. But I mean, the cube. What about that?
What about that?
I mean, maybe, yeah. I mean, isn't this just a double or?
Yeah, an untimed 2-3 back game is a terrible game.
Yeah, it could be actually technically. I mean, this
Now it's too
looks
good.
like a dead drop.
Now,
I mean-
now it's too good, but the roll before, I think it was double pass.
Yeah, maybe.
You should have at least stopped and thought about the cube. Now it's too good.
Yeah, this is
Way too good.
suppose. Yeah, I suppose
Herb
so.
drops it quickly, and you should. You take a roll or two there, not too much bad can happen.
No, he can roll doubles and advance his anchor basically.
Yep. Okay. 4 away, 6 away. Not a whole lot of difference in gammon values and take points here.
No, but it's interesting to note that at 4 away you have very, very strong cubes despite being in the lead, right?
Because the gammon wins you the match, exactly.
Yeah, and just
So you have bigger takes too, for that
and-
reason.
yeah, I don't know. Not, I mean, somehow it seems to matter most when you double your when you are the one doubling. But all right.
Well, the rolls are swinging towards Milen's side of the table lately. Looks like last game and this game, that double one was very big. I love this play.
The 6.
Yeah, and now I make, and now I
Well-
make, now I make the bar.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I don't like that. I would have played a little bigger. I would have made the bar. What about you?
Yeah, spontaneously I would have also made the bar. But I mean, at this score, Milen can double just as early as he would have at 0-0.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I would have thought he'd be a little slower.
No, and
Wow.
and as a matter of fact, in the gammonish position, yeah, also in the non-gammonish positions, Herb should even pass a little bit more than normal. For example, now this must look like a reasonable double, doesn't it? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
he has a fantastic position.
After this 2-1, I think it's double pass.
How should he play it?
I don't think it matters.
Um,
I think it's double pass no matter how he plays it. But that's just me.
It
You
is.
still want to find the best play because maybe you'll stop him from doubling by making.
He
a better
helped
play.
him by putting the cube in by himself.
That's what I call a prophetic. You touch the cube, you have to give your opponent the double. Oh, Herbie, you did help him there. That was fun. Let the guy find the cube on his own. Maybe he forgot. That's very funny.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. That was a great move. I'm going to call that the Herbie cube from now on. A Herbie cube. Got a new term. It's when you help your opponent give yourself the cube. You should only do that when you have a big take and it's not a double, by the way. All right, 3 away, 6 away.
Yeah. So this is very, very different from 4 away, 6 away.
The gammon,
This is now,
gammon's not so
yeah,
efficient.
now in these gammonish positions, Herb can take almost everything, and to a great extent, Milen must wait for positions with very few gammons before thinking about sending the double.
Very interesting. This is part of why match play is so interesting.
Yeah. But on the flip side, Herb can double a lot of things if there are some gammons in them.
I got you. Oh, Bill Riles' comment. Phil and me and Herb have something else in common. We both lost in the finals of the Texas Championship. Again, I mentioned this earlier, a great tournament. I lost to Ron Lareo in the finals. And it was a great, great tournament.
No, yeah. Because, I mean, he can just make the 11 points.
Would you have
Yeah.
made the 11 point?
Yeah.
You would have, okay.
I mean, it looked normal, but of course, 20 point always a very strong point and hard to
Yeah.
pass up. But it looked wrong here.
When you're ahead in the match, I tend to want to make the 20 point a little bit more.
Yeah. That may have crossed his mind as well. We could see before that he played a bit more cautiously when he was ahead.
So maybe he's better off being behind.
Maybe.
Some
I
people-
think he'll take it.
Yeah. Given a choice, I'd rather be ahead than behind. I guess that's a pretty good axiom. Now what do? You play,
Well,
go to
you
the
play.
4? Ooh,
I think you go to the 4
I
just
would've just
because
gone to the 4.
shots are expensive. I mean,
yeah. And double 5 doesn't do anything for Herb. Helps the race a little bit.
yeah.
Go to the 2 point. What else? You could leave it, I guess. But. We don't have an XG feed, but I'm willing to bet you that Herb has outplayed him in the PR by quite a bit. I've seen couple of major blunders on the part of Milen, but most of his game is pretty solid. He's playing with guts and gusto.
Yeah, and I mean, almost everyone makes a few blunders in a long match. So, I mean, just
Yeah.
because he made a few blunders doesn't mean his performance overall wasn't fine. All right. Oh. Cracking roll.
Yeah.
How
Well,
do you play it?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess
Yeah,
I
that's
like
that's
this.
a play.
It dupes
But
the
it-
ones.
It
I like this
yeah,
play.
It does that. It does that.
I
but
like
it-
this play a lot.
but, yeah.
It's the least damage. It keeps his structure too. I think it was a very good play. 6-3 makes the bar? Or is that 4-3? Oh, that's
4-3,
4-3.
yeah. Comes out to the midpoint,
Yeah.
I suppose.
You could. Yeah, okay, that's about all. Uh-oh. Hits big.
Yep.
3 to the bar.
Yeah.
Looks natural.
Yeah,
What-
there isn't much else. Yeah. If Milen comes out.
Herb has better start getting his act together here. He's gonna come in 75% of the time. It's time to come in and hit, and he does.
Yeah. Very strong roll, obviously.
Yep, and bring the other checker around. No, no, no.
Well, he can't. It's blocked.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, okay. The shadow of his hat, I couldn't see that point made. Oh, big roll. Where's the one?
Yep.
Where's the one, though? The one isn't pretty.
No.
He's
but
still happy he rolled a
I
5.
think he'll take it, yeah.
Yeah, he'll take it. That's all you can do.
Yeah. Maybe he doesn't want to leave the 6 from the roof because that is an ugly roll otherwise. But okay, many numbers are actually sort of ugly. Yeah. It also clears from the rear. It's not.
Well, the alternative is to go 7 to 6, and
Yeah.
then you're leaving more shots that way. This is a hit. If I ever saw one, this is a big roll, very big roll right here. And
Good miss.
yeah, for a miss, that's good. Herb needs a 3 or an 8, not a 9. I said 3 or 8. Just run
Yeah.
it, check it from the 20. That's it. That's all you can do. And hope he doesn't roll a 4, 7, or a 10.
Right.
9's okay.
He points at the checker. Is he considering
Yeah,
that hit?
No.
Um,
This is clearly the play.
yeah, it is.
Herbie needs a 3 or a 1. And he got the 3. Oh, it's got cocked, okay. There. Well, he,
Neither.
nothing. It's a shot a blank. Shot himself in the foot is what he did. This race is not decisive. Would not be a good double, I don't think, at this score. Herb's got an easy take, I think.
Yeah, the score is important here because the gammon threat is much smaller than usual.
The recube vig is huge.
Exactly, exactly. Fantastic roll because the race
Yeah.
is very important now.
Yeah, Herb's clearly winning the race now, I think. White has 109. Yeah,
I think it's pretty close.
it is close.
So when the race is this close, you're okay with having your 10 and 11 points like Milen does. I mean, when you're up by a lot in the race, you just want to clear them. Here, it's okay to have them.
It's a nice block
Yeah,
combination. All right. Make the 2 point, come closer. Oh, no. It's got
that's
the wrong
one
guy on roll.
possibility.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very easy to play safely
Yeah.
after this one.
Yeah.
Doesn't block double sixes anymore, of course, but okay, it blocks double fours. But of course, it is worse when he runs with a 6, if that happens.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, you have to slot the deuce point, I suppose. Is there anything else?
Nothing.
Okay,
Oh,
there's
sliding these points.
there's that possibility. Yeah, he keeps the guy outside to keep all his points for next time, I suppose. I guess that's his idea. I would have gone for the better point, but it has, yeah, there's an argument for that play.
I wouldn't have seen it. I wouldn't have even considered it, but you're right, there is an argument. It should have been considered.
And his board is getting worse now, Herb's.
Big John ordered the book of Art Benjamin. He owes me a commission. I'll tell you something, Art owes me a lot of commissions. I guarantee you, every single student I've ever had and everybody I've ever talked to in lectures, I recommend that book. I think this is still a take at this score. Money is a pass.
Does he have a good race?
Yeah.
That's the deciding factor.
I think for money, this is a reference position for me. I think it's a pass for money, and it's at this score. I think it's a take.
But why would you pass it for money if he's up in the race?
Because you're going to break and leave a single checker and get hit and get pounded, and
Yeah.
after you've lost your, if you still had the 5 point, it wouldn't be a double, and after you lose the 5 point, it's usually a double and a pass, for money.
Uh-huh.
I like this take very much. I like the cube very much too, of course. See, it's getting awkward already. Of course, Herb may have to run with one checker with a lot of rolls here.
Yeah, but he wants
Fours and
to.
sixes. There he goes. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
but
wants
that's
to.
fine.
Yeah, he wants to. Only sixes and fives and twos hit. All right. Now Herb may even have a recube right now. Oh, no, he hit him loose. That's right. I didn't see the hit.
Yep, he's considering.
Yeah,
All right.
he missed. Big roll for Milen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I like the cube action by both of them.
It's not many percent from here, Herb. Well, he has, perhaps
to
he
roll
still
a
has
1,
some
2, or 3.
race.
He's
He
got-
may have some race
How about
still.
not rolling a 1, 2, or 3 here, like a 6-4?
Yeah.
You got some shot, Vig.
Yeah.
Is that the right shot to leave? I'm not sure that was right, but
Well, he had to play from the 5 otherwise, or he would have left a double shot, so.
no, you left a single shot on the 5 or a single shot on the 4.
Right, but the single shot on the 5 at least on the 4 took a guy off at least.
I see.
But, yeah.
I didn't think the guy off mattered. I thought what mattered is how many more repeaters you had.
Yeah, I think that is also the main point there.
It seemed there
I
were more
agree.
repeaters this way. I could be wrong.
Yeah, that's
He did it very quickly, though. I would
right, exactly. So we didn't really get to see the
And by the way,
positions.
here's a repeater.
Yeah.
And would he have had a repeater with the other play? I don't think so. He
With
would
the
not have.
5-3.
No, he would not have. Plays off the 5, and then he takes the 3 off.
Yeah, you're right.
So he was more repeaters, and it was wrong for that reason. And a hit.
And the hits.
All right, Herbie, you're in this game. How many checkers do you have off? 3?
3 off.
3 off.
But
He needs to dance.
but compared to your reference positions, he doesn't have all of his guys on the ace and deuce point,
That's
right?
right. Oh, it's a
So
very big
that's
difference.
quite costly.
Very huge
Yeah,
difference.
Yeah.
Got a lot
And
of-
I mean, the double
lot of
must
wastage here.
the double must be in question soon, isn't it?
Very soon.
I mean,
especially at the score.
yeah. I mean, the take point must be. Let's say he's
I think his take point's got to be 36% or something in that range.
No, it's less than that.
Less than that?
Yeah. It's. I think it's more like 28 or something like that.
Really? I would have put it at 36, but that's what I got to look at. Oh, that's a big roll. Big roll. All right, still not a double, Herbie, even though with all the wastage, but he's got a good game now. Holding the
He's
cube,
got
I
a
like
checker
Herbie's game.
off.
Yeah, wow. It's a very ugly board that Milen's, ooh.
Monster, even though it doesn't take a guy off.
Yeah, it's a big roll. That was a big roll. If you
Can Milen get 2 guys off next time? That is a very big point as well.
Wow. Herbie's thinking about it. He's right to think. He doesn't roll a 6 here. Oh, he did. That was a
Excellent
big
roll.
6.
Yeah.
That was huge.
Yep.
That was huge. You got to roll, Herbie. You need the doubles. You need a double. Roll the double, then you can cube them out.
But he can only lose 11% 12% match winning chances, right? Because even if he doesn't double, it's still going to be 12-7 if he loses. So I mean, sometimes you can find a double here near the end where, even though you're not a big favorite or even a favorite at all.
Oh, you could double when you're not a favorite.
Yeah, but I'm not saying here. I'm not saying here, but yeah.
But towards the end,
Yeah.
maybe on the last roll position.
Yeah,
Wow.
or when you get close, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, the doubling window doesn't open at 50%, but way earlier, so.
Yeah, well, here it's pretty clear, he's gotta have doubles.
Yeah. So he'll likely need
He needs double threes, he needs double threes or higher. Double threes or higher. This is a monster roll for the match.
Yeah.
Nope, not quite. That was a big game and a big win for Milen. Ah, good, they're marking it Crawford. The other matches haven't been doing that, and I like this. 1 away, 5 away, so the.
1 away, 6 away.
I'm 6 away.
Yep.
The real question is, do gammons really matter at all? Does Herb want to win a gammon? Does it matter at all? And the answer is very little.
Well, it matters. He gets to 4 away.
Oh, well, I'm saying it does matter. It's
Yeah.
right. I got the even score backwards. I was thinking about it as it came out of my mouth. So you do care about winning a gammon. You do care about saving a gammon if you're the leader here.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But
you get to an even number away.
but it's not a complete gammon go score or anything like that. It's just a little bit more important than usual. The biggest difference compared to normal backgammon is that Milen's gammons are irrelevant.
So you can play very aggressively, don't worry about getting into a back game. You can hold a holding game till the very end because doesn't cost you a thing to get gammoned.
True. Yeah, it looks like he has to play 2 down. Yeah, okay, he's considering leaving the anchor. Yeah. But again, following the plan of playing I don't know. That seems a little bit too
Yeah, this is my plan.
extreme. Yeah, yeah. Good roll.
Whoa, that is a hell of a roll. I wouldn't have thought of it. Double 4.
Exactly.
Didn't enter my mind.
40% of all the players that rolled that wouldn't have seen the
I
hit.
never would have. See the hit and cover. Oh my God. It was a great roll. As opposed to this one, which is a mediocre roll.
Yep. I guess.
I come down because of the stack and the blot.
Yeah, and where do you
I
enter?
can enter with the 4 and come
Yeah.
down with the 2.
Yeah. Reasonable.
There's the safe alternative, but I didn't like the safe alternative. And I'd rather come in higher.
Yeah. So play very very safely or pick and pass.
I'd pick and pass.
I guess the race matters here. If he is up clearly up in the race, I think he should not attack. But I don't know that he is.
I would pick and pass.
Yeah,
It's more fun.
yeah. But fun is exactly what Milen should not go for at the score.
They're both reasonable.
Yeah.
Can't fault them for either play.
No, I think it should be determined by the race to some extent there.
I think Herb
If he
should
can,
race.
if Milen can race this home, I think it is smart of him not to
Yeah,
hit.
that's generally what you should try to do when you don't want to get gammoned. This is all about the race again. Herb's up in the race enough to make this play.
Yeah, but what's not so attractive about it is that he somehow takes the gammons out of play a little bit with this sort of move, right? I mean, he removes contact from the position.
Yeah.
But obviously, you have to make good backgammon moves. You can't only play for contact. But I mean, it's some sort of argument that he's probably
All right, but
considering.
I want to pin you down. Which is your play?
Coming out.
Okay.
Because, I mean, yeah. But the race matters as well. I don't know what the race
It
is.
looks to me like Herb's winning the race. Now, one thing Herb is thinking is more contact also keeps the game more complicated, which he probably thinks favors him.
Yeah, at the score, it strongly favors him. But you mean even otherwise,
Yeah,
right?
because he
yeah.
thinks at this point, he thinks he can outplay his opponent.
Yeah.
And Herb thinks about things like that. We've talked about it many times. He's actually looked at the graph and how much more you take or double depending on your difference of skill.
From Walter Trice's and Jake Jacobs' book, or
It's actually Jake Jacobson and Danny Kleinman's book, Can a Fish Taste Twice as Good?
isn't it Walter Trice?
No,
and
it's
Jacobs?
Danny Kleinman and Jake Jacobs, not Walter Trice. Walter Trice wrote Backgammon Boot Camp.
I know that. I know that.
I'm sure this Danny and Jake. Jake has filled that book with great stories, and Danny filled it with great information. Nothing personal, Jake. I love you, my close friends, and I like Danny too.
So attack or
Come around.
come off the war point.
I think you want to not be attacking here. I would play the quiet. I would play around and hope not to get hit. Oh, he's attacking. Okay.
Yeah, but again, the race is a point. If he's down in the race, it makes sense to try to
Yeah.
create some, like this fan.
Yep. That was big. That was big, and the cover is big.
Yep.
Herbie's in big trouble now. Herbie, you got to get in there. Keep fighting. Cocked. Cocked
Now he's
and
probably going to
cocked.
be able to swing the guy around, which he's been trying to do for a long time.
4 out and 2 in.
Yeah.
Yep. Herbie, you need double twos, or 4-2. 4-2 and double twos are your joker rolls. 2-1 is close. That's good still to get in.
Yeah. Very important to get in before he comes off the bar point.
Yep.
So
2-1 just clears the blot. Needing a 9. 6-3 specifically. Hey, there it is.
Yep.
6-3. I called it for you, Herbie. You owe me. Herbie, you owe me dinner.
but can he dodge the 3, Phil?
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, you're right.
No problem.
You're right. It was no problem.
Herbie, I called that one for
I
you.
didn't
You
know
owe
that.
me. You owe me big time. All right, bring it home now, Herbie.
Some gammons in there. Some gammons in there.
Oh, yeah. Gammon brings
Especially
it to
now.
9. Yeah. Oh, wow. Well played, Herbie. I like the way you played the 6s. Uh-oh. There's life. He's got to hit him loose.
Hit him loose? He can't hit?
I mean, no.
Oh, you mean Herb.
Herbie.
Yeah, okay.
Herbie has to hit him loose right now. And he can't hit him loose. Okay. That's not so horrible, though.
Well, if he rolls a 6 now, he doesn't. That's,
That was big. Oh, I don't like that play.
well, what could he have
He
done?
could have made the 4-point with the 3.
But it was a 5-4, I think.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a 5-3. Sorry.
Okay, can you check the position? Because there was a move
Okay.
here.
Oh, that's unlucky. 6-1.
All right.
Oh, well, there
Let's
were
go
a
the
few
other
of
way.
them, but
Yeah.
I mean,
There were a lot more hits, though.
yeah, yeah.
There were a lot more
Yeah.
hits in the last couple rolls. All right, that's a miss.
Yep. And he can't cover
No,
here.
no.
He just has to.
All right. So now Herbie must hit with a 5, 4, or 11. And that would include a 5, wouldn't it? And the 2, you split. Yep.
Yeah. Big roll again.
Well, it was a big roll. Oh, my goodness.
It is pretty big.
Oh, yeah. Do you lift? I think you do because of
Yeah, you
gammons.
have to. You have
Because
to.
of gammons. Herbie needs a 6 quick. And
So does Milen.
he needs a 6 quick. And he gets it. Oh, my God. Herbie, very unfortunate. You were a huge favorite in this game, and now you're a monster dog.
That's a fact.
All right.
Now you're a dog, but not monster anymore.
No. Stay there and dupe 4s.
Duplicates 4s,
Dupe
yeah.
4s.
Not that easy to get home safely either.
No. If he doesn't roll a 4 here, Herb's got some game.
2-1
Oh,
is terrible roll,
It's
actually.
a terrible roll. Herb's going to have an indirect and a direct.
Yeah.
How do you play this, though?
Well, you minimize whatever.
You just
No,
keep
well,
just keep
after all,
cutting shots?
yeah, I don't know if you. Well, you don't.
He duped 4s at least this
He
one.
has to try to come home as well.
All right, he got it.
I don't know. Yeah.
Herbie went to a huge dog, huge favorite, to a huge dog, to a huge favorite again. Wow,
Yep.
this game was a lot of good swings both ways. Okay, Herbie, nothing could go wrong now.
No.
If you say that out loud, he'd slap me if he heard me say that out loud.
And he can win some 10% gammons or something like that. It's not nothing.
No. How much does his equity improve with the gammon? About 12%?
His equity. Well, so if he wins a gammon, it must be like 31% or something like that. And if he does not win a gammon, what's that? Is it? What does that correspond to?
I don't know.
What Crawford score does it correspond to? Anyway, never mind. And I know his gammon value is higher than 50%, but it's not super high.
It's more like 6.5, 0.65.
Yeah, it
It's
could
in
be.
that range, yeah. Same as 5 away, 5 away. I think it is. All right, this game is not over, though. It's a 1 or a 2 not to leave a shot. 1 or a 2
I don't know
doubles.
why he played the last 3
Yeah, I don't know why
like
either.
that, but maybe he's saving so that he can stay for longer and wait for the shot. Maybe that was his idea.
My question is, does Herb hit or not here? I guess you do. For gammons, but I don't think there's enough gammons.
There aren't many gammons.
I hit because you
But
don't
on
want
the other hand,
you don't want him on the 3-point.
exactly. I mean, what do you have to lose by hitting?
Yeah, he might have to come in higher.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
Well,
He had to come in higher. That's why you hit, and it also
Yeah.
saves some pips.
yeah, that's
All right,
it.
no gammon, but still in the game.
Yeah, he had a chance before that roll.
Okay, now the question is, at post Crawford, I always ask myself, does my opponent have a free drop or not? Or do I have a free drop if I'm the leader? And I have a way of very quickly knowing the answer. I think it's odd to have a free drop. So if your score is odd, there's a free drop. But Herb's score is even, so he does not have a free drop. Milen has to take just about every cue. And I promise you, if Herb takes the lead in this game, he will not double too quickly. He's going to play the game and try and get Milen to make a bad pass later.
Uh-huh.
You watch this. Herb knows this. It's called the trick.
The trick.
The post gammon. Look, you got a 3-1. You are not going to see Herb. I'll bet you $100 he doesn't cube next roll no matter what. And most people would.
Yeah, this is like he has a clear advantage now.
Yeah,
so now he would.
He's not going to cube.
Okay. No.
And even after this, he might not cube. The take point is 2.4%, not counting gammons. Be sure he might wait after this roll. Let's see. I wouldn't be surprised if Herb waits one more roll.
But I mean,
He will. He will. Watch this. He's not going to. Oh, he did cube. Okay. I would have waited. I would have played the game. He might still get a drop out of this guy.
Yeah, but I mean, if you play long enough, it's a legitimate pass.
That's true. You could lose your market. You got to get down to 2.4% gammon adjusted to have a pass. And
Well,
he's-
yeah, gammon adjusted, but it is not. There aren't 0% gammons.
Yeah,
So
but this is a monster take. And look, he's thinking about passing. So waiting is the reason that it was right for Herb to wait. He could have doubled on the first roll, which most people would do. But Herb is right to make this game, especially if he gets a pass here. It's monster equity swing. This would be a terrible, terrible pass. And he did. He did. He fell for the trick. I just can't even imagine how big a blunder that is.
yeah, it is. Yeah, of course, it is a take.
Yeah, very, very bad pass. I like Milen's guts. I like his game. I like his play, but he lacks some polish. He lacks some study. He needs some
Yeah,
things
exactly.
he needs to learn.
Exactly. I agree. I agree. I mean, there.
Some technical things about the game you need to know. That's one of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Post Crawford, free drop, and when you don't have a free drop. That pass, losing 1 point is monster there.
But perhaps he knew about the free drop, but didn't know just how loosely he can take when he doesn't have it. I mean,
Right.
it's again, if you haven't studied it and looked at it, it's difficult to come up with off the top of your head. You know?
I give this lesson to every student. In 10 minutes, you know that if you don't have a free drop, you take almost everything, unless it's
Yeah.
gammonish. I mean, it's that simple.
Yeah.
And then the way we drive it home is by playing matches. We talk about this at the beginning of every single game. Is there a free drop? Is there not? And what does that mean? So it's not, this is not a complicated thing to learn. You just have to learn it. He obviously hasn't learned it yet.
No, I mean, in theory, he could just tell Herb at the start of the game, just so you know, I'm going to take every cube. Then there is no trick anymore. I mean,
Right.
if he still takes
Well,
then it has the exact same consequences.
Right, if I'm playing Thomas Tenlin, I don't play the trick because I could lose my market, and I'm never going to get you to drop wrong. I'm more likely to lose my market by rolling something great, and when you really have a drop. But when you're playing somebody like Milen, he did the right thing, and it
Yeah.
worked. It worked.
Yeah, but, credit to Herb there. He
Yes.
definitely
I
made
called
use
it,
of that.
and I called it. I
You
know
call
Herb's
it.
game.
Credit to you as well.
I know his game. I would have done the same thing. At this level, at the round of 16 in one of the biggest tournaments in the world for a lot of money, this shouldn't happen.
No, normally not.
It won't happen. Herb's lucky to have an opponent that he could do that with. And again,
True.
I'm not trying to belittle Milen. He just doesn't have the experience yet. But when he gets there, I'm sure he'll be a great player. But he just doesn't have some of the technical skills yet.
True. But now we're going to end up at a score where he does have a free drop, right?
Right, because it's odd to have a free drop.
Yeah.
And Herb should double on the first roll. There's no gain by waiting more than one roll. No matter what happens, you can't gain when your opponent has a free drop by waiting. But it doesn't affect your opening checker play. For example, with 4-1, 5-1, and 2-1, you don't slot when he has a free drop.
That's a good point.
Because he either has a huge take or a huge pass. So you want to make it more hard by making the more subtle plays. So it really does affect even your opening rolls.
That's true. But once the cube has been taken, this is super gammon go, right?
Absolutely.
Then we have the 100% gammon value.
Yeah.
That's going to lead to super cautious play by Milen and very aggressive play by Herb. Or should at least be
Should.
like that.
Should. And I have faith that Herb knows this very well, and I'm not sure how well Milen knows it.
Oh, let's see.
Comment by Barak. This guy could be great if he just learned a couple of these technical things. That's my point. He's playing very well in spite of not knowing some of these technical things. With a little education, either by books or lessons or a mentor, he can become a very great player. There are some basic things you have to know to come to the table. You have to know your Crawford and post-Crawford and your Yeah, two-way, you need to know what to do. There's just some basic things. You need to know the two-way, four-way concept of how you cube and take it, that score. You just have to learn those. 1993, 94, I think Kit Woolsey wrote an article on the 5-point match that to this day I think is still great. You can find it at Backgammon Galore.
You can also find Nick Blazer's book,
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Adjusting to Match Play,
right.
which I think is great as well.
I think
It's not free like Kit's
Right.
article, but
But Nick's book is a book and Kit's article is an article.
true. That is, no one can argue with that.
I
No
think-
one can argue with
I
that.
think you get the same amount of information. Nick's book is very insightful. He has a lot of good things. Nick's my buddy. You know, he's another one of my ex-students that I'm very, very proud of, and a very good friend. We've been to Japan together. We were in Jamaica together. His book is excellent. I'm not saying not to read it. I think you should read both.
I think the point is that Nick's book is very easy to read. I mean, it doesn't focus too much on calculating things like precisely what the basic take point is or something like that.
Yeah.
It focuses on what you need to do when you play.
It's positional, and it's about the game. Yeah, I agree. As opposed to Dirk Schieman's book.
Yeah, that's theoretical, but they're both great in their own
yeah.
way.
Absolutely.
Um,
Have you read Francois' new book?
yes, I have. It's a great book as well.
I was told it was. I just ordered it yesterday.
It's really great. It's very well written as well.
Tobias, my roommate Tobias told me it's one of his favorite books ever.
Yeah, I agree. It's a great book. Okay, so all Milen really wants to do now is anchor up. If he can get an anchor, he's just never going to leave it, more or less. He just wants to keep his anchor forever if he can get one.
And
But he can't.
He can.
So,
Isn't that a 5-1?
or well, he can in principle. He can actually
make
make
the 2-point.
yeah, he can. But
Ooh, this is risky.
yeah, that's
This is risque.
yeah, but it's yeah.
2-3.
It invites a hit, of course, but
Hit and down.
against the 1-point board, so he's still
But you still got to come hitting down. You got to play very aggressive here.
definitely.
Sure.
Herb has to play extremely aggressively. Oh, what an excellent roll that is!
And hit a second checker. Yeah.
All right, not much gammon danger now for Milen.
And the reason.
Famous last words, but still.
Yeah, the gammon is so efficient because if he wins 4 points, he wins the match. So that's why it's a real efficient number. Is it 1.0? I guess it
It
is.
is 1.0.
Got to be. Where is
Oh,
it?
well, actually, it's not exactly 1.0 because he doesn't have 50% if he wins a single game because of the free drop. So in theory, it must be slightly above 1.0. But I mean, who cares? It is 1.0. Yeah.
Where is it 2.0? There's a place where the gammon value is
2.0, then you have to get into recubes.
I think that's a 4-away, 8-away with a 4 cube, something like that. I have to look that up. It came up the other day and I forgot to look it up. Alex is watching. You can look it up. Tell me where the gammon value is 2. I had a bet with somebody who said it's not possible. I know it's possible. Herbie's in a little problem here. He's playing aggressively. I like this.
Great roll.
Make it. Make
I
that.
think play tidy. That's what
Yeah.
I'd think.
Is there an argument
mean-
to hit off the ace point to stop him from makering there? I don't know. Could be.
Well, coming out is also something that he wants to do, but I mean, this looks too tidy and solid at the score. I don't think he wants to mix it up like this. I mean, it's an idea, but I doubt it is right under the circumstances. I mean, now he gets to blitz, fine, but
he
that's
doesn't
not
want a
really
gammon.
what he's
Yeah,
looking for.
He doesn't want a
Yeah.
gammon, yeah.
But that being said, it turned out great, of course, but
Yeah, down looked like the natural play to me, too. I am not liking Herbie's chances now.
6-2 is not good.
Herbie, you need a double three here.
4-3 is still a fine roll.
Good dance. Oh, double five is a hit. It makes a
1,
point.
2,
Makes the 2 point.
well,
Or you get to continue. He didn't think very long. Is he short of time? Maybe they're,
he is not short of time.
No, then he
He
should
has
have
like
thought longer.
13 minutes or something.
there's no excuse for playing it that fast then. Each point.
Yeah. But I mean, if Herb can just contain Milen for a little while, he can start to crack a little bit here. It
I think you have to hit with the 6.
just because of what happens otherwise, I guess. Well, with the 6, yeah. And then what do you do then with the ace?
I don't
Tidy
know.
up?
I think so. I don't. Oh, I
Yeah,
don't.
there's this. I mean, unless Milen hits you immediately, it looks fine, but yeah,
I would have hit.
yeah.
Right, he's got 6s and 7s. 6s and 7s, the way to heavens.
Important roll, extremely
Oh,
important.
no. He missed.
It's
No, you don't care about getting gammon. You need that catcher. Oh, no.
but of course the advantage is that he cannot get attacked and kept on the roof while Milen clears his point.
Do you
but
agree
I
with that
no
play?
no I don't agree with it.
Oh,
but
okay.
there is that point still. I mean, he could get harassed and like kept on the roof. But I agree with you. I would have stayed back.
At this
Had-
score, there's no question I stay back.
Yeah, had he at any point been able to make the point, it would have been bingo basically. So, yeah, I think it's too tidy for the score.
Yeah. Here, I'm not sure he shouldn't just come around the corner with the 6-3. Oh, he can't. Okay, he can't.
If that were allowed, it would have been.
Yeah. Yeah, I missed
Oh,
that.
what an almost winner.
Yeah. This is very big. Unless you see a 6-3 on the next roll followed by a hit, you can
Here he's prepared.
start playing taps. 3s are the key numbers here. There's the 3. As long as there's a 3, Herbie's got hope. Why doesn't he make the 3 point?
I think that's good just to not leave a shot with double sixes. I
see.
mean,
Okay. But he could have played 2 off the 6.
yeah, maybe, yeah. So maybe that was a point. But he doesn't really need
Yeah,
a board
okay.
at this point.
Yeah, I got you. He's not going to hit him. Okay, well, I got to give Milen credit. He did not have some technical skills, some things he didn't know about the game that were some clear mistakes by cube and checker play. But he played with a lot of guts and gusto, and his overall play otherwise is excellent. And it's nice to see a newcomer, first time in the championship division, go this far. And he seems like a very nice young man. Got a great future in backgammon. But I feel for my buddy Herb.
Of course. So the winner here is in the quarterfinals of the undefeated bracket, right?
Yeah,
So-
8 left. That's a pretty great accomplishment right there. I mean, if I could say I was a quarterfinalist in Cyprus, I would be a happy man. It won't feel that way when you lose in the quarterfinals, but
It's true.
still.
Okay, so
All
maybe
right.
some hope.
There is some
If he
hope.
rolls an ace, should he split?
I don't think so. I think I looked at this so many times.
He rolls an
Oh, my
ace.
God.
I kind of feel like he should,
You think
perhaps.
he should?
What
Got to
does he
count
have?
the numbers. You just got to go through all the numbers.
Exactly, you have to go over the numbers, but I mean, it's incredible that I don't know this off just by heart. I mean, you've seen it before, but
Well, I don't know it by heart, but my instinct says you don't.
my instinct says you do. Let's see.
Ones and double twos, it certainly was a
Okay, that's it.
nice game. Shake his hand. Even Herb, you can give up now. Herb won't give up. See, I told you, Herb doesn't give up until it's gin. Remember that
Yeah,
other
but that's
position you
right.
asked?
I mean, it's better to
He
give
is
up
right.
too late than
Yep,
too early.
Absolutely, but you asked me earlier if it was
Yeah,
really
yeah,
gin.
yeah.
I said if Herb gave up, it's gin. I'm telling you, if he gave up, it's gin. Because look at him going here. How many people would play this one out? It's right to play it out. I'm not disagreeing with the theory. He could roll five double sixes. He's thinking.
1, 2, 3, 4.
He shook his head. All right. Thank you, Thomas, so much. I want
Thank
to
you.
remind everybody we're taking a dinner break for 2.5 hours. At 9 o'clock, we're going to be back with another exciting match in the round of 8. And again, Thomas Tenlin, your wonderful comments, and I learned a lot working with you. And just like I learned a lot with Mochi last night, it's an honor to be with you guys. See you at 9 o'clock, everybody.